Good morning and welcome to Coffee Talk. It is Monday. Mother's Day is this weekend coming up, which is very exciting. So I'm trying to think of what I should send my mom. She's still rehabbing her hip, so I don't know. Anyway, I love to look for behavior patterns in people. So I try to write down things. So if I have an experience with somebody and it doesn't end well, I try to write it down and be as honest as I can with myself about sort of what role I played, what role they played, what red flags I ignored. Can I learn anything from it? Because truth be told, Coffee Talk really, in my opinion, is my life's work outside of my kids. I want to get it right. I'm not a therapist. So if I'm going to share life experiences with you, I want to at least be clear about what I'm talking about. Not come from an emotional place, come from okay, I've sat on it for a few weeks. Here's what I have to share with you. Sometimes I share experiences from my own life. Sometimes I share experiences from your life because you guys write me letters and I read them and it sparks oh, hey, this person did this and I also had a similar experience. I have learned a lot about narcissists and sociopaths, and I've been reading about it, and I've been reading articles online and speaking to my therapist about it, and it is really amazing how in men and women who exhibit these personality traits, they are so similar in the way they speak, whether about ex-lovers or ex-friends. So I want you to listen to what I'm saying, and if you hear this from a friend or a lover, this should be a red flag, okay? Narcissists and sociopaths, they always have two categories of ex-friends or ex-lovers or ex-workers, whatever. Either they're still in love with them or they're crazy, okay? If you meet somebody, now I'm going to use my ex-boyfriend, the guy that I was with before Michael. When he and I started dating, any ex that we spoke about, she was either crazy or he didn't talk to her because she was still in love with him. And I have learned that they do this to create almost like a false desire. They need that. They need to feel like people around them believe they are constantly wanted and in demand. If an ex-friend or lover, whatever, says anything about them, they use that as a platform, like, oh, look, she's still in love with me, or oh, she's crazy. Typically, the crazy ones are the ones who got hip to their behavior and walked away. Abandoning a sociopath or a narcissist is literally the worst thing you can do to them because they survive on sucking your energy. When you remove your energy, they start to die inside. So they immediately have to go find someone else. So the crazy ones are the ones that got hip to their nonsense and left. If you meet, now I know this is the rule, the exception, not the rule. Occasionally you will meet someone who's like, listen, my ex is crazy, and their ex really is crazy. But 9 times out of 10, when you meet someone and all of their exes fall into one of two categories, either she or he is still in love with me or he or she is crazy, that is a red flag. It is weird when someone has nothing nice to say about people that they used to date, people that they used to be friends with. It is not healthy. It's not healthy. It is okay to say, I closed the door on certain people in my life because it no longer served me, but they are wonderful. They'll be wonderful people for someone else. If everyone is crazy or still in love with them, red flag. So the crazies are typically people who got hip to their game and walked away. The ones that are still in love with them are ones that still think they're special enough to play a certain role in this game, and they haven't quite figured it out yet. So basically, you get with this person, things are going really well. You start to get hip to the fact that they're a narcissist or a sociopath and realize, this may be more than I signed up for. And all of a sudden, they will go back to an ex that is still in love with them because they need to feel that constant reinforcement, that constant energy. So when things with him and I started to get really bad, I was at the lowest, literally lowest point of my life. Lowest point of my life. Remember I told you the story about when I was on the bathroom floor and I just didn't think I was ever going to be able to get up? That's where I was. And when I finally was able to get up, which felt like eternity, I went from being in love with him to one of the crazy ones because I saw him for exactly what he was. And it took all of 2 days. 2 days after us being together for 2 years. He moved out of our bedroom into the second bedroom of where we lived. And on the second day, I saw his phone and I saw a text message from his ex-girlfriend who was crazy in love with him. When we were dating, he stayed far away from her because she was still in love with him. And after this, one hair is driving me nuts. And after 2 days, really? Oh my God. After 2 days, they were texting each other again. And looking back, I realized they go back to the ones that haven't quite caught on yet, that are still feeding them and fueling them because they need constant, they need to feel constantly like they are the center of somebody's universe. And once I took that away from him, once I got up off the bathroom floor and went, oof, you have sucked me dry, brother. And I will die if I stay on this floor one more day. I gotta go. He went, no problem. You're crazy anyway. You're crazy. That was his favorite thing to say to me. You're crazy. And went back to her. Now, if that is not a perfect textbook sociopath behavior, I don't know what is. So I am telling you now, look at your situations with your friends and the people that you love. If they tend to put people into categories where they're either crazy or they're still in love with me, or look, they're obsessed with me. They love to say that. Look, she's obsessed with me. She can't stop talking about me. They need that for themselves. Don't be fooled. You are not special enough to change their behavior. It would take years of licensed professionals to break through. Typically, people who become sociopaths in this way are void or have been void of real love. It's very sad, actually, as children and young adults. When they feel rejected, when they feel not good enough, when they feel not loved, typically by their parents, as children and young adults, their survival depends on their ability to be like a sociopath, where it's like they switch. Everybody's in love with me. Everybody needs me. And when they get rid of people, they're crazy. They're obsessed with me. And it becomes a whole thing. Stay away from it. It will destroy you. It will destroy you. I love you so much today. Have a great day.